For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values. A system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the A-Game Nation. Salute. Salute, salute, salute. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. I appreciate all the love and the support for me and SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV, and we are back with a new week. I hope everyone weekend was swell. Hope all is well with everyone. You know, salute to the visionaries, of course. Hope everything is good with everybody. Of course, I'm back, feeling better. Much better. And we're gonna talk about something today that's very, very important. Very important. So make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all share the show before we get into it. I'm gonna give some shout outs in the chat room to see who's up in here. Shout out to Miss Angie. What's going on, Miss Angie? I appreciate you, as always, for supporting the show. Shout out to Shango Zulu. Salute, my brother. Salute. Always showing support. Shout out to my brother Larry Vaughn in the building. Salute. In the building. Shout out to my brother Walt Diddy. Shout out to my brother A-Game Nation. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, in the building. A-Game Nation. Shout out to Fierce Soul, man. Shout out to Fierce Soul. Peace, man. Peace to you. Mr. Felton, what's going on, man? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like I said, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. And as y'all can see, today's show is the importance of the black man's voice. The importance of your voice, black man. Your voice is very important. Very important. And it's not just important to us, you know, individually. It's important to everybody. It's important to everyone, man. Shout out to Wacky in the building. It's important to everybody. Who doesn't want the opinion or hear what a black man has to say? Who doesn't want the take of the black man? No matter how crazy it may be at times, our voice is important, black man. It's very important. And in 2021, it's important that we start understanding just how important it is. You see, understand that your voice is vital. Your voice is vital, not only for you and your family, but in society. See, whether our voices is not respected in society See, that's another thing. And we're going to get into that. But first, let's get into the thumbnail. As y'all can see, I know y'all probably wondering, why do I have a picture of Barry White? As you can see, you know. But other than that, I got a picture of Barry White because of Barry White's voice. Barry White was known, and rest in peace to that brother. Rest in peace. Shout out to the #1 grinder. That brother's voice was like no other. And y'all let me know in the chat room what y'all thought of Barry White's voice. Because I grew up listening to Barry White. My mother loved Barry White. She loved Barry. My grandmother loved Barry White. Both of my grandmothers. You thought it was me with glasses? His voice had a natural impact. What do y'all think of Barry White's voice? Let me know in the chat room, y'all. Let me know. Okay. Well, we know Barry White had a very deep and unique voice. And that is what actually made his music effective and potent like the way it was, because Barry did his thing for years. If I'm not mistaken, Barry was in the game for damn near 30 years. Yeah, his voice was epic, man. His voice was epic. He had to be in the game for at least 30 years, because my grandmothers, they was listening to young Barry White. And even still to this day, Barry White voice is memorable. And it wasn't just because of his singing. It was because that was his natural voice. This is how he spoke. So, black man, understand that your voice is powerful. Your voice is what, or can be, your biggest threat to people. This is why Malcolm, Martin, it wasn't just their message, as I spoke on in the previous stream, but it was their voice. It was about the extent of their voice, their pitch, how they spoke, how they delivered their message is what touched other men. It's what touched the hearts of families of people. Is what touched the world. So it wasn't just their message, but it definitely was their voice. When Martin, rest in peace, when Martin get to going, man, it's like no other. When Malcolm get to going, it's like no other, man. It's like no other. It's captivating. Even if you just go and listen to them in an audio version, their voices are captivating. You see? This is why in the music business, even today, with the young hip hoppers, They had all their voices are unique. It's always been about your voice. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. It's how it comes across to people. So understand the power of your voice, brothers. See, in the entertainment world, our voice is used as a weapon, and is used as a weapon against us and against our people. You see? And that is because they switched the message. So when you have that distinct voice with a chaotic message, you get the result that you have today, which is drill rap, which is basically the destruction of the youth today. See, because a lot of these young guys, they looked up to guys who used their voices. Chief Keef was a voice. But see, the entertainment business, what they do is they sold our brothers a dream and told them that this is what's going to get them paid. This is what everybody want to see. This is what everybody want to hear. And it is because they're following the lost value system. And in the lost value system, there's no loyalty in profession. So these label execs and all of these guys, they don't have no loyalty to you young brothers that's trying to get in the industry. They don't have no loyalty to you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your community. It's business to them. So they're going to get you to use your voice to destroy you and all your friends and destroy all your community. They're going to get you to use your voice to do that. And that's what's been happening. That's what's been happening. See? And that is because Black men think that their voice isn't that important. We don't think our voice is that vital to anything, especially progress. But we got to understand the other side to it. Black man, if our voice can create destruction for us, why can't it create productivity for us? Think about that. Think about that. If we can use our voice to create drill rap, which is destroying Black men, why can't we use that same avenue and use our voice to promote productivity? Why can't we do that, brothers? I'm not saying go to headed for self-destruction route. See, because we understand that was a time that we're no longer in. But we don't have to promote the death and destruction of each other through the avenue of entertainment. We don't have to use our profession to harm each other. We don't have to do that. We don't have to use our professions to make ourselves look bad. We don't have to do that. Why can't we just get money? Why does it have to be ops? That's what it is in the music business. Nobody want to listen to these young dudes' music if they don't have no ops, if they don't have somebody that they could say, oh, well, look what he said, and keep that little thing going on. You see? And this is how they get us to use our voices against us, black men. They got us turning the gun in on ourselves now through our voice, because we don't understand how important it is. A lot of us has lost the importance of our voice in our households. A lot of us brothers are not focused on that. Are you? I just did a show about this, presence over presence. Who are you in the home? Who are you in the home? Is your voice effective in the household? You see, we know that a lot of us brothers, it's not like that for us. We know a lot of us don't get no respect in our households. How do we know this? Because we deal with brothers who need help with that, who are struggling with that. And we understand why that's so. It's because of a system that goes against black men, that demeans black men, that tells our women that we don't have no authority. We don't have no say so. So when he trying to teach the children something, you supposed to step in. Oh, you doing too much. You going too far. You supposed to do that. Because you supposed to always show the man that his voice isn't important. Even in his own house. Even in his own house. But brothers, how many of us are focused on changing that? Because as I said before, it is not our fault, but it is our problem. See, it's not our fault. It's not a situation that we created for ourselves. It is not. For the majority of us, no. We weren't just foolish and made foolish decisions. No, it's not like that. No, I understand that. And I've never said that, and I never will. It is not our fault, but it's our problem. It is our problem. So the way we're going to regain our voices in our house is, first, we have to understand that when we're talking about the 4 P's, we're not just speaking on physical providing. Your provision is also your vision, your foresight. And you have to be present. To a certain extent, you have to be present. And your presence has to be felt and thought about. You see? So if you're just in the house, but you're not instructing nobody to do anything, then why is your voice respected in the house? Why should it be? You see? You see, brothers, you have to understand what it is that you have to do. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. What you say means something, but you have to say something meaningful. You see? It's not our fault, but it's our problem. These things that I'm naming off, they're not our fault, but it's our problem. We have to work at fixing it. You see? We have to work at fixing it. Another way that we regain our voices back in the house is we have to provide SOS. We have to provide SOS. Systems, order, and structure. You see? And with that, your family understands the hierarchy. They understand who you are based on your system, your order, and your structure. So this is why your voice is important in the house. This is why your voice is that voice of the house. It is not just a voice, it is the voice. Because you are the leader of the house. You see? But you got to be going somewhere with it. You got to be making progress. We got to keep striving toward the betterment of ourselves and the betterment of our families so we can live better. We all want to live comfortable. We all want to live a certain way. But black man, if you're going to lead that charge, you got to understand how important your voice is. You have to. You have to. You have to. So there's certain things that we're going to have to sharpen ourselves up on. We're going to have to clean up certain things so our voices could be heard clearly, so the message can be delivered correctly to the right people. See, because black men, we all tired of struggling, correct? I know I am. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat room, y'all are too. Y'all are too. I'm pretty sure y'all are too. But you can't forget who you are. You see? Don't ever forget who you are. Don't ever forget your value. See, because a lot of times with a lot of us brothers, and y'all let me know in the chat room, but a lot of us brothers, we get caught up in trying to do things for people to validate ourselves so much that we forget how important we are. We be so busy fighting for validation that we actually forget how important we are. We forget about our value. You see? Who would watch, honestly, who would really want to watch Sports Center if there were no black men on there? Let's just be real. And I'm not throwing shots at nobody, but let's just be honest. You have to have the analysis of the black man. You have to. You have to. You see, brother, so when you're watching Sports Center, I understand it might be a leisure thing for most, but when I look at it like, wow, a dude like Stephen A. Smith, who's been doing this for so long, it just shows how they value the black man's analysis on things. And then when you see all the other players and all of that, that's able to do it on the level that they're doing it, that shows you, hey man, they value what we say. They value our voice. Because if you take our voice out of it, what do you have really? What do you have? And that should show you, brothers, something. What do you really have without a Jalen Rose? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have without a Shannon Sharp? Where are these shows going to be? Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Much love. A-Game Nation in the building. Where are these people going to be? Where are these shows going to be? Where would sports be? Where would sports be? Sportscasting? Where would it be? Where would it be without our voice? Shout out to Mace in the building. Black man in this space that does what? Sportscasting. This man is highly intelligent on sports. Go check the brother out. He's in the chat room. Sports. Our voice is vital, black man. Our voice isn't just vital as revolutionaries and, fighting for independence and, fighting against oppression and all of that. Yes. Yes. Yes, we're the best at that. We're the best at that. But let's look at the other side. We got Robert F. Smiths in this world. You see? Let's explore that. Because we're great and our voices matter on both sides. This is why I will advise y'all to go and check out my Black History Month streams, where I spoke about certain types of black men, black inventors, like Granville T. Woods. I talked about black women in education, like Barbara Sizemore. See? I talked about brothers like Sam Cooke. See, he was the first in the music business to own all his own stuff. Sam Cooke. And mysteriously, they found him somewhere, but that's another story. But he was the first one to go up against the labels, to own all of his music, to own all of his intellectual property. You see? You see what happens when a black man speak up in anything? Because your voice is vital, black man. You see? Go and check out my Black History Month series and check out the dissertation on Sam Cooke. Go learn who Sam Cooke was before Michael. Go check him out. And you'll find out why he just mysteriously, you know. It is because he understood the power of his voice, the importance of it. Because he understood how important it was to those record labels and how much money they were making off of him. So he like, wait a minute. It's my voice. This is my voice. Y'all not going to own my voice. Go and check it out. You see? Understand that your voice is important, black man. Don't ever, ever think that what you say don't matter and it don't hold no weight. Unless you just talking BS. But other than that, don't ever think what you saying don't matter, because it does. It does. Especially when there's action behind what you're saying. See, because behind your voice and your message supposed to come in action. This is why your voice is so important, because when black men stand up and begin to speak up, everyone gets afraid about what's getting ready to happen. Everyone begins to look on what's getting ready to happen. Two black men could be arguing about sports, arguing about who got the most numbers at the party. And people be looking like, oh, they getting ready to fight. Our voices, brothers, we have to transmute that same energy and that attention that comes to us with negativity using our voice and bring it over to the positive. Because we already see how much people are invested in the conflict. Because it could just be a simple discussion. You know, we black men, we passionate on how we talk, especially about things that we like. So we talking about sports. We're going to raise our voice. We might be talking about the boxing match. Shit, we could just be trying to prove our point. And if people start looking, people get on alert. Because our voices, black man, our voices. Our voices. Our voices. Why do you think everybody listens to this space? Not just on YouTube, but everywhere else. Other places on YouTube listen to this. Why? Because the black man's voice. We want to know what them black men talking about over there. What are those black men planning to do? What are they talking about over there? What they got planned? How they going to survive the pandemic? This is what people are invested in. Shout out to AL. So why aren't we, black men? Why aren't we? Everybody know what we want to know what we talking about. That's why we need to take what we talk about more serious. Because this is why they don't take our voices serious in the household. This is why they're not taking our voices serious in our professions, in the entertainment world, in the sports world. Now, over the years in sports, a lot of black men has been starting to use their voice. This is why I like shows. I think it's called I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall, and a couple of other guys. I know Chad Ochocinco was on there. And what those brothers were speaking about on one episode, they were speaking on the power of their voice in the NFL and why more black men need to start speaking up. Don't just sit back and say, oh, well, you know, these guys could get more than us because of it. No, speak up. Your voice is vital. But see, when you grow up in an environment where all they do is tell you to shut up. When you grow up in a household where what you say don't matter, your opinion don't matter. So this translates into manhood, where you have black men who just suffering in silence. They're not speaking up because they think what they say gonna fall on deaf ears, or somebody's gonna make them out to be the bad guy. This is why guys that don't speak up. This is what Brandon Marshall, Chad Ochocinco, this is what they were talking about. And this is throughout the sports world. This is not just in the NFL, it's in the NBA. It's with baseball. It's a habit with black men. We don't think what we say matter. We don't think what we say matter. We don't think what we say is going to change anything. Why the hell it hasn't? So you think all the black men who stood up and spoke for us and stood on the front line, you think all of that was done in vain? No, the hell it wasn't. That's why we're able to do the things that we can do now. So your voice means something, black man. It means something. Act like it does. Use it as an instrument for our freedom and success. Freedom and success. Heal and build. Freedom and success. That's what we got to use our voices for. Freedom and success. Because it make no sense to be free if you ain't going to succeed, if you ain't going to do nothing. Make no sense. Make no sense to be free and broke. Make no sense. But you're not going to be free with your mouth closed. And you stay broke with your mouth closed too. And you stay broke with a closed mouth. You don't speak up. If you don't let people know who you are and what you stand on and show it, you stay broke like that too. Black man, your voice matters. It's important to every goddamn thing around you. It's important to everything around you. Our voice is important in the spiritual world. Our voice is important in the spiritual world. We got some of the best. Shout out to Dr. Holman. Shout out to the doctors who constructed a game, a male herbal solution. Black men, health, our voice matters. Black men are the best fathers. Shit, we even the best stepfathers. Black man, your voice matters in the family. Your voice, you are the voice for the family. See? Appearance. Who don't want to dress like a black man? Who don't? Huh? Who don't want to look? Who don't want to dress like a black man? Who don't want to look like a black man? When we talking about image, tall, dark, and handsome, fly, being debonair, being cool, that's you, brother. That's you. That swag, that's us. The game talk, spitting game, that's from you, black man. That's from you. That's from you. That's naturally in you. That's naturally in you. You just got to get comfortable with yourself. Game is not something you go read in a book. Game is something that come out of you. Game flows. It's an air about you. It's a spirit about you that's going to give you game and have you move in a certain way. It's not a manual. This is how you have game. No. 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 It comes from who you are. That's why they say game is about your mouthpiece. How you talk. Not what you say, but how you say it and when you say it. It's an art. The black man's voice. It's important. And when you're spitting game, when you got a certain pitch of voice, it comes off a certain way to a woman. Just like when you're speaking to your children. Sometimes it's not what you say to your children. It's not always what you say. It's how you say it. It's your delivery on how they're going to receive it. You see, brothers, this is showing you that your voice is important. I know we've been told to shut up a lot as children. We grew up in the gynocracy. We grew up in the gynocracy. A lot of us was told to shut up. We don't want to hear what you got to say. What you say don't matter. We know this. But you gotta fix that. You gotta understand that that's not who you are. Yeah, you went through that, but you still gotta stand up and lead. You're gonna lead a household one day. Your voice is that voice. Your mother was just saying that because she had to play the masculine role in the goddamn house too. And when women got to act like men, they're going to be crazy with it. That's just what it is. This is why it's not cool for them to try to be us. Because when our mothers had to step in and be that protector too, because dad wasn't there for whatever reason, right? Her leadership was chaotic, sometimes barbaric. So this is why we were forced into certain levels of submission. So you can't speak up for yourself, where you're naturally going to do that because you have testosterone. So then when you get older and you never heal from that, you kowtow to your woman. You kowtow at work. Because you just going to shut up because you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to upset nobody. You see? And over time, Black men began to do what? Not value their voice. You see? Your voice is important. Great leaders have great voices. Great leaders. Remember that. You see? If you have a strong voice, it is because you are a leader. You can't have a weak voice and lead men and lead a family. And when I say a weak voice, I'm not just talking about you just might, you might just not have that pitch. So I'm not saying that you're soft because of that. When I'm saying a weak voice, I mean a voice that's not sure about the importance of it. See? In your house, you're supposed to speak with authority, not with tyranny, not like a tyrant, but with authority. Some of us brothers, our voice just is like that. So it's going to command that attention. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the show. Make sure y'all like and share the show. But brothers, stop thinking that your voice don't matter. Your voice matters in the house. Your voice matters at work. Your voice matters wherever you are. You see? You have to treat yourself as if you are of value. Because that's the only way other people are going to treat us that way. You know, they say you teach people how to treat you. So if you don't value what you say, why should anybody else? If you don't value what you say, why should anybody else? I want to know. Because that's our problem. It's not nobody else's. It's not nobody else's. It's our job to get our households in order. It's our job to get our education in order. It's our job. It's our job to get our health in order. It's our job to get our money in order. That's our job, brothers. That's nobody else's job. So it's about what you say. And what you say should be based on what you're going to do. You see? That's why you should see your voice as being important. Because what you say is what you're going to do. And what you're going to do is what's going to change your situation. You see? But if you just talking to be talking and just, just letting it spew, then you don't value what you say. And if you don't value what you say, why should anybody else? Why should anybody else? Why should anybody listen to what you say you're going to do? You're not even paying attention to what you're saying. You don't even find it important. This is why I said in my pre-recorded video, you got to leave the foolishness behind. And some of that foolishness is even a little foolish small talk. Got to leave that shit behind. Because what you say is important. Your voice is important. So your time is important. Don't just be wasting words no more, black man. If it ain't about taking care of our families or handling no business, ain't nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about because your voice is important. It's important. So what am I wasting my breath on foolishness? Huh? Why are we wasting our time and our breath on foolishness if we understand the importance of our voice? Now it's cool. Sometimes you come around, you kick the Willy Bobo. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But my voice is important. So I ain't just gonna be doing all that. And black man, you should take that with you. My grandfather always told me, you only gonna have as much as the people that you talk to. And I never understood when he said that to me. He said, because of course I was a little fat kid too. So my grandfather, he used to call me Shug. He used to be like, yo, Shug, you only gonna have as much as the people you talk to. And my dad told me that he told him something similar like that when he was young. And now in 2021, I understand what he was saying. He was saying your voice is important. Don't waste your time in words on people and things that's not going to get you no goddamn where. And he also told me, don't be like your uncle, boy. But that's another story. But I understand why he said that to me, though. Because my uncle loved to entertain foolishness. He loved to waste his voice and his time on foolishness because he didn't understand how important his voice was. Because he don't understand the long line of men that he came from and their voice and how their voice commanded authority. It came with authority. And this is why my grandfather ran his house the way he did. Now, hey, back in those times, those brothers ran things the way that they done. Was it all right? We all know they could have done better, but hey, it is what it is. Because I wasn't raised the way my dad was raised. My father made sure he raised me better. But my dad left with those intangibles. Boy, your word means something in your house. You better act like it. You the man of your house. You see? You the man of your house. You're the final say. You are the judge, the final judge. You see? Black man, understand this. Don't be afraid to take your position. If you are with a woman and she, don't want you to take your position or feels threatened when you take your position, you're with the wrong woman. You need to cut your time from that woman. See, because we understand something about a man's vetting process, which is the 4 T's. And a woman who don't find your voice important, black man, she's basically telling you wasting your time on her. Understand that. You wasting your time. Don't even give her no more time. And the reason why you shouldn't give her no more time, because she comes with a lot of trouble. A woman who doesn't respect what you have to say or won't do what you tell her to do because she knows that it's in the best interest for her. She's just rebellious like that. She's a renegade. These are women that come with a lot of trouble and is going to keep the threat on the table. Shout out to my sister, the Crimson Cure. She elaborates on that lovely. So she shouldn't even get no more of your time. So understand the importance of your voice, black man. Understand the importance of your voice. Remember, I posed the question. I made the poll. And it was about 70-30 when the show ended, when I asked, why do most black men get killed? Because of their money or because of their message? 70% of everyone who voted said it was because of our message. That speaks to the power of our voice and the importance of it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So understand the importance of your voice. Don't ever think it's not important. Because if it wasn't, when we get too loud, why they call the police? Shit, we could be having a good time. Hey, y'all making too much noise. They call the police. Why is this? And not saying that this is right, because it's not. But that should show us the importance of our voice. So let's begin to speak more on that. Because that's what black men are missing. They're missing a place where they can be heard. They need a space where they could be heard. Black men want to be heard. I understand. And you want to be heard because what? You got something to say. You got something to say. But just understand what you say is important. Your voice is important. So make sure what you say, make it count. Make it count. So I appreciate everybody for coming through to today's show. Much love to everybody in the building. Shout out to all of the visionaries. I appreciate everybody for coming through. If you hit the Cash App, if you hit the Super Chat, I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to all of the visionaries in the building. Salute to the A-Game Nation. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And before we get up out of here, black man, remember, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. Black man, your voice is important and it matters. And it matters. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
See, wherever I go, stay ready, stay alert, always prepared for whatever. I see me. There's a seat right here. You can see from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She's killing me. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven and get some milk.